Look carefully at the world around you, not at what people say they're doing, but at what actually moves. Who rises, who stays stuck, who controls rooms without raising their voice, who panics, explains, justifies, and reacts. Most people believe life is a test of effort. They believe if they try hard enough, care enough, sacrifice enough, something will eventually reward them. That belief is comforting, and that is exactly why it keeps them powerless. Machiavellian thinking begins with a brutal realization. The world does not reward intention. It responds to behavior, positioning, and perception. 90% of people live inside emotional reflexes. They react before they think. They speak before they observe. They explain when silence would have given them leverage. They confuse honesty with safety and kindness with protection. The remaining 10% are not smarter. They are not more moral. They are not luckier. They are awake. They understand something most people refuse to accept. Human beings are predictable under pressure. Once you understand that, you stop being surprised. And once you stop being surprised, you stop being controlled. The first shift is this: stop assuming people behave according to values. They don't. They behave according to incentives, fear, ego, and advantage. If you assume others will act fairly because you would, you are projecting weakness. If you assume loyalty will be returned because you gave it first, you are gambling blind. If you assume honesty will protect you, you are outsourcing your safety to hope. Strategic thinkers don't ask, was this right or wrong? They ask, what did this person gain? That question alone separates observers from victims. When someone flatters you, ask what they want. When someone criticizes you publicly, ask what status they gain. When someone helps you loudly, ask who is watching. Most people hear words. Strategists read movement. This is why silence is so powerful. Silence forces others to reveal themselves. When you don't rush to respond, people fill the gap. They over-explain. They justify. They leak information they never intended to share. The person who speaks the least controls the frame. The person who reacts last controls the outcome. This makes the majority uncomfortable because they are addicted to expression. They believe talking equals control. In reality, talking is exposure. Every unnecessary word is a data point handed to someone who may not wish you well. A Machiavellian thinker treats information like currency. He spends it deliberately. He never gives it away for free. This applies to emotions as well. The fastest way to lose power is to reveal how something made you feel. Anger tells others where you are sensitive. Defensiveness tells them where you are unsure. Excitement tells them what you value. Emotion is not weakness. Unmanaged emotion is. The difference between the 10% and the 90% is not feeling less, it is responding later. Most people live in immediate reaction. Someone disrespects them and they lash out. Someone ignores them and they spiral. Someone doubts them and they explain themselves into submission. Strategic thinkers delay. They absorb the energy. They convert it. Pressure does not break them, it sharpens them. This is why they are so difficult to manipulate. Manipulation requires predictable reactions. Remove the reaction and the tactic collapses. Another illusion the 90% live under is authenticity. They've been taught that being yourself is always virtuous. But being yourself in every situation is not honesty, it's laziness. Strategic intelligence means choosing the correct version of yourself for the environment. Sometimes the situation requires warmth, sometimes restraint, sometimes dominance, sometimes invisibility. If you only have one mode, you will lose in situations that require another. The strategist is not fake, he is adaptive. He protects his inner truth by not handing it to people who haven't earned it. Most people bleed emotionally in public and then wonder why they are targeted. They confuse openness with strength. In reality, exposure without power invites exploitation. This doesn't mean becoming cruel, it means becoming selective. Selectivity is the mark of intelligence. Now consider enemies. The majority fears them. They avoid conflict at all costs. They try to be liked by everyone. That guarantees mediocrity. You cannot outsmart 90% of people while seeking universal approval. Approval is a leash. Strategic thinkers don't chase enemies, they use them. An enemy will always show you where you are vulnerable. They will probe your weak spots without mercy. That makes them valuable. Ignore praise, study criticism. Not all criticism is correct, but all of it is informative. If someone attacks you where you are strong, it confirms your position. If they attack you where you are weak, they have handed you a map. Most people react emotionally to hate. Strategists extract intelligence from it. The same logic applies to time. The 90% live trapped in immediacy. They want results now, validation now, comfort now. They mortgage the future to satisfy the present. Strategic thinkers stretch time. They ask one question relentlessly. Will this decision matter in 5 years? If the answer is no, they let it pass. If the answer is yes, they slow down and plan. Patience is not waiting. Patience is controlled restraint. It is the ability to sit with discomfort while others rush into mistakes. Most people lose not because they choose wrong, but because they choose too fast. Speed without clarity is chaos. This is why delayed gratification is so rare and so powerful. The world is engineered to destroy it. Every system profits from your impatience. Every impulse weakens your leverage. Strategic thinkers build distance between urge and action. That distance is where power lives. And finally, the deepest layer, identity. Most people see themselves as participants, workers, responders, followers of opportunity. Strategic thinkers see themselves as architects. They don't ask, what should I do next? They ask, where should I position myself so outcomes come to me? Position beats effort, always. Effort without leverage exhausts. Leverage without effort compounds. This is why some people appear calm while others grind endlessly. They are not working harder, they are operating from a higher vantage point. Outsmarting 90% of people is not about domination, it is about clarity. Clarity about human behavior, clarity about incentives, clarity about when to speak, when to wait, and when to disappear. The moment you stop reacting emotionally to the world loses its grip on you. You begin to see patterns instead of stories, motives instead of excuses, movements instead of words. At that point, manipulation becomes obvious, chaos becomes navigable, pressure becomes fuel. This is the Machiavellian shift, not cruelty, not arrogance, not villainy, realism. And once you adopt it, something strange happens. You stop feeling the need to prove anything. You stop explaining yourself. You stop chasing approval. And without trying, you begin to move ahead of the herd, quietly, inevitably. Most people will never make this shift. They will call it cynical, cold, unnecessary. That's fine. The game does not require their understanding, only your awareness. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it.